Hi, welcome back. If you don't know me, my name's Newman, and welcome back to My Life with Plants. Today we're going to be talking about watering. Well, it's mid-November, and I go out every 3 to 4 weeks and I water my cacti because of my climate. Now, if you have a look at this Noto cactus, you'll see that it's starting to wither or lose all the water out of its stem, which is actually no good for a Noto cactus, losing that much water out of itself, out of its tissue. So I got to do watering. And we'll just put the camera here, as I usually do. Okay. Okay, you're wondering why I'm watering in this season. My climate. This just goes to show you that when people ask questions about when to water their cacti, you can't really answer it because all climates are different. Here it's very, very high exposure to the sun. These cacti dry up really fast, sometimes too fast, and they get overly desiccated, which in the end, especially the notos, they will lose so much water out of their tissue that they will die eventually. And does it get cold? Yep, it gets cold at night. But because of the high light exposure, which brings temperatures, well, today's about 20, and it's going to cool right down. These are actually ideal times for the cacti. They actually still put on growth if they're a mammillaria, and even a Noto cactus will still have some growth spurts. If it was cloudy, overcast, and rainy, I wouldn't be watering at all. But this is the dry season in Japan. So let me come over here. A little watering. When I water, it's actually a little bit more than a spritz. Because they're just going to dry up. And the other question is, should I be doing this before the real winter hits? Well, I haven't had any problems. I actually have more problems if I don't do it, because they're overly desiccated and dried up. They don't do too well. They need some. And I think even in nature, in their natural habitats, it would rain on and off during the winter, vice versa. Making a mess here. Okay. Carrying around this big bottle. Okay, down here, these are cuttings. These are Echinopsis that I've grown myself, hybrids. They are dry as a bone, which is no good for them. They shouldn't be that dry. I just kicked the pot. Been doing a lot of that lately. Been doing a lot of kicking and knocking stuff over. Well, still in the middle of a cleanup actually. Down here, these are seed growing Opuntia gosh, I have to put the name on the screen. They call it the wheel cactus. It's easy to remember name. I'm going to say Rafida, but I'm probably wrong. For some reason I just can't remember the name. Okay, that one I just watered there, that one's actually, it's an Opuntia that I'm going to show you in a second. There's two seedlings in there, but one's just taken off. Okay, before we go there, we'll water these ones. It's quite a bit, isn't it? Quite a bit of water. Okay. Somebody's gonna go play. My kid's gonna go play now. Look at that one. That's a nice one, right? Those golden spines give you a little bit. Okay, forgot you. Here you go. This one a bit more. It's just a seedling. Hopefully I won't knock anything over as I'm going. Alrighty, give you a little bit more. Now the winter. Talking about the winter, it gets to, it can get down to -8, which is about 17 Fahrenheit. And then in the daytime, you get this. There is not a cloud in the sky. It's absolutely crystal clear. And that sun, it comes. It is pretty hot, okay? Pretty hot. And then it'll just dip right down into the nighttime. It'll dip right down. Now, speaking of clouds, do clouds and does that kind of thing, like cloud and mist and overcast, does that trap heat here? Does it reflect it? No, it doesn't. Doesn't do a damn thing. In actual fact, if you get an overcast day, there will be no amount of heat. It'll actually be pretty freezing. Probably like 20 Fahrenheit without the sun. So in actual fact, if you live in a subtropical zone, which is where I used to come from, and you get overcast during the winter, it actually does feel a little bit warmer because it's subtropical. And there's still a lot of humidity, and you've got the sun and a lot of rain. And of course, another factor is, where is the weather coming from? Now in Japan we have the Atlantic and the Pacific. You have this warm temperatures that actually come from the Pacific, and they bring the warmth from the east. But all the west is coming from towards Russia, which really cools down Japan. That's why it snows here. The weather is affected in the winter by two currents of airflow coming from the west and east. And where I lived before in New Zealand, you would have the Pacific Ocean was all the way around it, so all the weather was influenced by the Pacific, which kept the temperatures quite mild where I came from, unless you go to the south. And you have mountains, right? Mountains affect weather too, which give microclimates. So anyway, if we do get cloudy days, it actually does nothing in the winter to make it warmer here. Nothing at all. The thing that's cold here is actually the air. The air is the coldest. So you got this warm or almost hot sunlight, and then you've got this air that blows in. And that air is so freezing cold, it freezes everything. It freezes the ground. You get these permafrosts. Yeah, I didn't get that in New Zealand. We had the Pacific air blowing, so frost was very rare. Alrighty, I'm just going to go and fill this and get back to the watering. Okay, back again. Echinopsis that have dried right out. You can hear them take that water in. Okay, over here. Ooh, hang on. The screen's going to go off a little bit there. Huh? 10分。うん、10分。ちょっと待って。はい。It's amazing. When you go to do something, it's when somebody comes out and asks you for help. Right when I'm doing something. You can hear me grunting and stuff. Well, that is because this is not easy to get at. I don't have much space. Try to utilize what I can. Okay. Try the other side again. Sorry about the bad camera work. I don't have a cameraman. I don't have anyone to do it for me. I'll try my best. These are Echinopsis and a few leftover Labivias. I'm sorry I can't remember the name, but you can see 3 here. I'm so glad they're still alive. They're going to get through the winter. Yep, they will make it. I'll put the name on the screen. A few others up there. Some died, which is terrible. I couldn't help it. Over here is Gymnocalycium baruchi, which should do fantastic this winter. I did give this one some water. Gymnocalycium name's evading me. It's my fault because I didn't put tags on them. But I tell you what, you got to be careful with a lot of gyms that you don't overwater them. They don't like that. Sulcorbutia Rauschei. When I watered it, it made a big mountain around the side there. Whoops. And here, Ariocarpus Kochbeanus. Is that right? Not sure what I've thing there is a Tephro-cactus. So it's just getting its root system growing back, and of course 2 pieces broke off when I bought it on a delivery, but no problem, they will grow roots and do fine. This one's doing really well, and that is a unicactus, Sclerocactus unicactus. Very nice. This one's done the big flop again. My Thalocactus Migdalii. We always have trouble with names. Okay. Better get going now because somebody's waiting down there for some help to cut the oranges from the top of the tree, and that is all for today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If I missed something and you really wanted to have a closer look, let me know and I'll do that for you. Until next time, see you later. Bye. How do they taste? Very sweet. Must be over 200 oranges left on there.